Hey everyone, I recently gave a talk on some trends for large language models and their use cases. I'm going to cover some of those trends here today. So we'll cover 5 trends for large language models, July 2023 edition, because we all know these will be obsolete in 2 weeks. Number one, I'm very impressed by the ability of multi-language. If you guys have used the ChatGPT app launched by OpenAI, it has a voice feature which uses the Whisper technology. What it does is you can speak in any language without actually giving it any instructions on what language you're giving your voice note in. So the voice in any language to text is a pretty cool feature, and I think what this is doing is speeding up adoption. If you're a programmer sitting in Bangladesh, now you can very quickly use some of these models that you couldn't before, and you can also see some of the answers that are really relevant. So I think this is going to speed up adoption of the product generally. The other one I've spoken about before, which is multimodal models. And very specifically, I'm talking about ability to interpret images. And there are examples here where you can give an image of anything to the large language model and ask it to explain the image or detect something in an image, and it can do that very reliably. What's interesting about this is it'll open up a bunch of use cases. And 3 simple use cases I can imagine is, one is automated weather report, 2 security threat detection, and 3 might be personalized shopping. When I was in undergrad, or grad school, I took an entrepreneurship course where I had suggested that they take those digital billboards inside malls where they're displaying ads all the time, put a camera on it and detect who's walking by, and based on any kind of information they can gather about those folks, give them a personalized shopping experience or shopping ads. And that's going to be very possible in this new world of multimodal models. The third trend I spoke about was the death of syntax. So if there was a formatting procedure you had to do or a language you had to know, that is pretty much dead. So if, for example, it doesn't matter for programmers and data scientists, it doesn't matter if you know R, Python, Scala, or any other language. All of these can be interchangeably converted or translated by LLMs to any other language. I mean, that makes it super easy. I shared an example recently where I went a 4-week project was done in 1.5 hours, and that's pretty fantastic. The fourth one is around trust. I think the non-intuitive trend here, irrelevant of the doomer mindset of like how LLMs will take over the world, I do think one big issue it will create is trust paradox. So today when you go online and for example, reviews, any reviews that you read are written by people, or we believe they're written by people, and they're real people with real images, and I think a year from now, very likely, those images will not be real, and reviews will be largely written by LLMs. And this could be this could be very problematic. It could be very hard to detect, but we'll see this problem, and very likely we'll see some major issues or around misinformation that are going to come up, especially like the one that I fear about is our elections that are coming up here in the US. And then lastly, rise of a new job category, AI trainers. So one thing that's becoming more and more evident is that AI does better, AI plus human feedback is better than AI-based models, which means that today, while we have general models, we're very likely to move over to vertical use case models. And it's not just vertical, it's also by country /region, and their use cases. So these are 5 different trends that are very evident right now, but still probably slightly non-intuitive. We'll see how we stand on this in a year from now and how many of these trends actually come to life. Thanks so much.